Good afternoon, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here today to do a very small video. Uh, an update on what's going on with the Magical Polls tournament, an update on a deck that I'm planning to build, and an update with a little bit of a pack opening. Ooh. So, first off, um, in terms of the tournament, I checked at least as of last night. There have been 2 votes suggesting that the finals should be the only set that is played for 5 games, and that the semifinals should still be a 3-game set. I am leaning towards agreeing with that, and if I don't have a significant vote in the opposite direction by the end of the weekend, on Monday I will start playing the tournament again. In the meantime, while I'm on hiatus, I am intending to work on the Witherbloom deck. I have had a lot of fun with this deck. I really enjoy this deck. But there's something about this deck that's always bothered me, and it's the fact that I've tried to incorporate the Micro Tyrant into it, and it's just never worked out. Um, Although I do end up with a lot of Saprolings, I don't end up with a lot of Fungus, because I just didn't have a lot to begin with. And I kind of crammed it into this deck just because it fit the color scheme, and I really liked the card when I seen other people play it. So, instead, as I've mentioned previously, I am planning to build a Mirkul Lord of Bones deck. And my intention is to have this god be the commander of my my fungus deck. So I'm planning to take the Micro Tyrant out of this deck, out of Witherbloom, adding 5 or 6 new cards to the Witherbloom just to help more with getting the combo pieces either out of the graveyard or out of the deck itself. And then this one here is going to be a descend landfall kind of deck. And in order for it to work, I picked up a whole stack of cards today. So I thought I would share with you guys what I've got here. And I'm particularly excited about this guy. He's pretty cool. Slimefoot Stowaway is an excellent one. Melimo, of course. The Merfolk is for a different deck, obviously. I got some funguses. I think that might be a really interesting add-in to this deck. I'm basically going to splash white in. It's not going to be the main color. It's going to definitely be more of a green-black deck, but there will be some white splashed in. That's for another deck too. I also have a rogue in here somewhere that is definitely for my rogue deck. I just forgot what it was called. I don't think I've seen him yet. Now, not all of these things are going to go into this deck, obviously. I haven't decided exactly what will and what won't. But there's a vampire that I can't use in this one. But I do plan to put in quite a bit. And I am really excited about building this deck. I'm supposed to play with Anthony tonight, so if I can get this deck online before then, I will most definitely give it a shot in tonight's episode of Weekly Magic with Anthony. With my neighbor, Anthony. We have a lot of fun. I found a couple cases that I thought were really interesting. There's the Vampire Rogue that is going in a different deck. And that Fairy Rogue's going in another deck too. I should have picked up 2 copies of that, to be honest. Oh well. Anyways. That is it for me in terms of my plans for the deck. So, on to the dessert. 2 packs of Wilds of Eldrain. I couldn't afford any more than that after the singles and new sleeves in a deck box. So, we'll just pop these open and see what we get. A Wolf Caller's Howl. A nice start. That's for definitely sure. Ooh, Dark Tutelage. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal. Ooh. Interesting. Hatching Plans. When Hatching Plans is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw 3 cards. This one's going to Willow Dusk, that's for sure. Enter the battlefield, create a wicked rule attached to target creature you control. At the beginning of your draw step, if you control an enchanted creature, you lose 1 life. And you draw an additional card. Probably not happening. Fairy Advisor. Flying whenever you cast an adventure spell. Oh, I don't play adventure spells. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land from it. That player discards a card. If you don't control a fairy, exile a card from your hand. Whoo, that's a dangerous card. Could be interesting for my rogue deck, though. A legendary creature, Fairy Warrior. Flash flying. Whenever another fairy enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. Solid. My rogues deck is getting beefed up today, that's for sure. Howling Galefang. How are you not a wolf? Vigilance. Howling Galefang has haste as long as you own an adventure. Here come the adventures that I'm not going to play. I just don't really understand / care about that mechanic. Stockpile Celebrant enters the battlefield. You may return another target non-land permanent you control to the owner's hand. If you do, scry 2. Nice. Another adventure. Verdant Outrider can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. We got a Shiny Forest, and we got a nice art card. See what we get from pack 2. So far, Dark Tutelage is definitely the pull of the day. I think that's a list card, but I could be wrong. We got a Winchester Draft. What in the hell is that? Open 6 packs, remove all basic lands, add cards and tokens, and shuffle the remaining cards together into a stack without looking at them. Place that stack face down, and then take the top 4 cards off the stack and place each one face up to create the beginnings of 4 separate piles. Randomly determine who drafts first. The first player to draft chooses one of the 4 piles and adds it to their draft pool. What the hell? It's for 2 players. That's an interesting way to play. Something I might try with Anthony. I'll set that aside. A land tax. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Score. Another Dark Tutelage. Cool. I might put that into my zombie deck. Now that I have 2 and one of them is shiny, and I mean, I definitely have to think about it, but that is... too bad. You get 3/3 green beast. You may sacrifice a creature. If you do, search your library for a creature or basic land card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Up to 2 target creatures, you each get +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. I mean, it's not a bad saga. An adventure card that I'm not going to end up playing. Court of Avondale. Ooh, it's a legend. It's a rare. When Court of Avondale Ardenvale, enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Neat. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. If you're the monarch, return that target permanent card to the battlefield instead. Huh. That is pretty cool. That could go in my vampire deck really nicely. Disdainful Stroke. Counter target spell with mana value 4 or greater. Nice. Dragon Wizard, Flying, Ward 2. When Archive Dragon enters the battlefield, scry 2. Not bad. Fell Horseman. Oh, Zombie Knight. Alright, we might have to consider this one. It's a 3/3. Its silly little adventure thing is a Deathly Ride. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And then when you exile this card, you may cast this creature card later from exile. Then you play this from exile, and when it dies, you put it at the bottom of your library. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. Human Knight, Savior of the Sleeping, Vigilance. 2/3, whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Savior of the Sleeping. Slumbering Keepguard. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. Slumbering is +1/+1 until end of turn for each enchantment you control. We got a nice little mountain. And we got ourselves an art card. Alright. Not bad, not bad. We did get a bunch of things that we're probably never going to play because I just, like I say, I'm not a fan of the adventure mechanic, but we'll see. We will see. Oh, I think I have a visitor at the door. Hi, Karma. You want to say hi? Aww. She likes making special appearances in these videos for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. And much love to you all. From me to you, take care. And bye.